The courting rituals of societies and cultures around the world vary wildly, but often we've all felt that we could use a little help to find that special someone. Hello, I'm Raghi Omar. Welcome to Witness. In Iran, it's not Cupid wielding his quiver of romance-tipped arrows that young lovers turn to, but a friendly Muslim cleric by the name of Jaffer Al Dabeeli. He runs the Ameen Family Culture Institute, Iran's first officially sanctioned internet dating agency. The prospective couples are allowed 3 meetings, 2 under strict supervision inside the centre, and then a 3rd brief encounter on their own. And that's it. After that, they either marry or never see each other again. Iranian filmmaker Layla Lack went to meet the Clerical Cupid and talk to some of his customers to see firsthand if his methods work.
In Iran, like anywhere else in the world, one of the major preoccupations of young people is to find a partner and get married. But in a country where the different sexes are not allowed to mix freely, meeting Mr. or Mrs. Right isn't easy. Behrouz Dost Mohammadi has a brown belt in karate and a good job in an oil firm. He has one thing missing from his life: a wife. But he knows what he wants and he's looking.
I want a wife, but she has to be a sports fan. Not just to like it, but to do it too.
In his search for a wife, Dost Mohammadi is taking what on the face of it is a very un-Iranian option. He, along with 50,000 other singles, is signing up for a unique new service. This is the Ameen Family Culture Institute, Iran's first officially sanctioned internet dating agency. The uninitiated may call it a matchmaking service, but that name doesn't please the man who created and runs the agency, cleric Jaffer Al Dabeeli.
I don't like matchmaker because we need a matchmaker.
I don't like the word matchmaker. It smacks of my grandmother's time. That was okay in its way, I suppose, but that's not all that I do. Matchmaking is just an introduction, whereas I make sure that the match will work and follow them up as they go forward.
At €25 for a 6-month membership, even those on a small income can access singles of the opposite sex. But don't mistake this for a dating agency either. In true Iranian fashion, members are not allowed to date. But the process starts like many dating agencies around the world. Members fill in an online application form, which is scrutinised by other members searching for a partner.
She introduces herself like this: her name, family name.
Some of the questions are unique to Al Dabeeli's agency.
And here it asks how much the parents will help and provide. The question is referring to the marriage.
Once this man's chosen a woman and she shows an interest in him, they will be permitted to meet, but only for 30 minutes, and only here at the Institute. If this works out and cleric Al Dabeeli is happy that they will suit each other, they'll be allowed a further 1-hour meeting. Finally, they're allowed out of the Institute for one date, before 7 p.m. Then, that's it. They either marry or never see each other again. Most of these members are from conservative traditional families. Even they, like so many in Iran, are experimenting with change.
The people who come here are mostly educated and fairly open-minded. We get a lot of women as it's their opportunity to choose. Here they can choose for themselves, not wait for a man to come and say, "Will you marry me?" No, they want to say, "Mister, I want you," but with our help.
Al Dabeeli is tapping into a new Iran. An Iran where about 75% of the population is under 30 and increasingly university educated. An Iran embracing its own type of modernity. He says his main ambition is to protect the role of the family in the face of this relentless modernisation of society and rising divorce rates.
واقعیتش اینه که من فکر میکنم جامعه ما داره از یه مرحله به یه مرحله
Iranians are moving from the traditional to the modern.
traditional سنت داره به مرحله مدرنیته میره تو این وسط
And there are people in the middle, and they're somehow isolated from both sides.
ما در حقیقت کمک میکنه که جامعه سنتی بتونه
Here, in the Amin Center, we help traditional people to engage with the modern.
Coming from a conservative part of Iran, these two young students will not show their faces. In a patriarchal society like this, women from traditional families are used to following strict codes of conduct and not having choice. Yet, in a break from tradition, they've flown across the country to see if Al Dabeeli can help them choose the right husband.
Here, we don't have men or women, we only have members. Gender doesn't matter. If you're a man or a woman is not important to us. If a woman wants to choose a man, she can. If a man wants to choose a woman, he can. They can approach anyone they like.
یه ذره ژست مذهبی داره اما دوست داره به روز زندگی کنه. از یه طرف چادر میخواد، از یه طرف هم چادر نمیخواد. یعنی دو زیسته میخواد. میدونی یعنی چی؟ یعنی دو شکله باشه طرف بتونه طرف تو دو شکل باشه. خب دیگه
چقدر حفظه.
من اینا رو اول مشاوره میدم دیگه. دونه دونه اینا رو مشاوره میدم.
خیلی آقای
شاید منم یه چیزی بدونم آخه.
محمد علی نقیزاده است فکر کنم.
نقیزاده نه، گوش تلخه. خیلی گوش تلخه. خیلی گوش تلخه. مهم نیستش درست میشه انشالله.
Today, fresh from his karate lesson, Dost Mohammadi is off to the Amin Institute. He's been a member for over 3 years and met over 30 women, though none have so far been what he's looking for.
What I want from my future wife is the perfect package. Al Dabeeli asks what's the most important thing, but I can't say. Everything's equally important. I'm looking for the whole package. One of the things I want from my future wife is for her to live a modern life. What this means to me is that she's able to use the internet and speak languages. Of course, we'll know she'll have one of the skills I'm looking for. She'll be able to use the internet, as that's how she contacted the Institute.
This is his bi-monthly visit. Sometimes he gets picked out by girls, but this time he's seeing if there are any new members that spark his interest. And he's found one. He's hoping this woman will be his future bride.
Family structures are just not what they used to be before.
شما اگر فیلم‌های قبل از دهه 60 هالیوود رو ببینید
Look at the Hollywood movies before the 1980s. They were all about family. Films like The Godfather, it was all about family. The father, the mother, the child. Then after that, it was all about the individual. Arnold, Rambo, one person messing up the whole world.
Al Dabeeli fell into this work by accident. 7 years ago, he was teaching at Tehran University when he met a very depressed Mahmoud. Mahmoud and Elahe met as children in Dubai. When Elahe was 18 years old and returned to Tehran, she and Mahmoud fell in love.
When Elahe went to Dubai, my mother asked me, "Is there anyone you like?"
Really, she just wanted us to reveal our secret. They had already guessed.
We were trying to keep it secret until we finished university and started work. Then we would be ready to tell people. but I couldn't keep it to myself and told them that I liked Elahe. When I confessed, that's when all hell broke loose.
The problem was Mahmoud's family disapproved as Elahe was 1 year older than him. This was unacceptable to his conservative family. Mahmoud confided in Al Dabeeli.
I told him there was no way he could help me and that he shouldn't worry about me. But he put his turban on the table and said, if by the end of the year I don't get your lady's hand in yours, I am not fit to be a cleric.
Keeping his word, Al Dabeeli flew to Dubai, visited both families and eventually persuaded Mahmoud's parents to accept their son's decision. After 3 years apart, the couple were reunited.
Yes, I remember it so well.
Al Dabeeli didn't achieve this alone. He enlisted his wife's help.
Well, for them it seemed an impossibility. Both the mother and the daughter kept crying, hoping for it to be. When it was fixed at last, and we went to the wedding in Shiraz, the groom bent down and kissed Mr. Al Dabeeli's hand in the crowd, and the bride kissed my hand. They were so very happy.
The cleric Al Dabeeli bristles at the suggestion that he is just an electronic matchmaker. That smacks of our grandmother's time, he says, before logging on to check for emails. We'll be back to see if his methods work after the break.